What is going on, collective? Welcome back to my channel. It is your boy Belligerence. Like, comment, share, and or subscribe. Okay, so today I got a special message. Okay, so normally, I don't really tap too much into my medium abilities and stuff like that. Every once in a while I get visitors and stuff like that or whatever, you know what I mean? But this in particular visitor wanted to relay a message. Today, I was writing and the name that I saw was Von. And the first thing that came to my mind was that King Von wanted a message to get out, okay? Now, before you watch the rest of the video, I'm just gonna let you know that I did lay some rules on him. There's no threats going on in this video. There's no messages to specific people or anything like that. We have to keep it general because of spiritual circumstances, all right? So essentially, this is what we got here. So the first thing that he wrote out, of course, was the number 6301. Yeah, 6301, right? So basically with this number, and I'm gonna break everything down or whatever. Let's see here. You got 63, of course. Him is infamous 63rd Street or whatever. 01 has to do with entrepreneurability or a business, essentially, and in 911. So definitely an emergency situation, because when you add these numbers together, you get what is that? 9 plus 9 and 1. When you add 9 with 1, you end up with 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. So that's how you get 9, 1, and 1. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely a situation here. I'm not so sure. This is something that I looked up. I'm not sure if this is the apartment or whatever, but there was something about apartment 301. Something about apartment 301. Something about 6 people involved in the situation here. And I had looked up the astrological influences. Right now, we are experiencing what do you call that? It's a tetragram, but it's with the water signs. It's a water sign tetragram, essentially, is what this is. And that is not a tetragram at all. But essentially, it'd be like something like that, and almost like a pyramid or whatever. And the reason why is because you have 2 signs in Cancer, which would be Jupiter and the moon just entered into Cancer. Then you have Pisces, which has Saturn and Uranus in, well, Pisces has Saturn and Uranus in it. So those 4 parts will make up a base. And then you have Scorpio, Venus and Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? So originally it would be like a grand trine, but it's like a double grand trine essentially at this time, which if you looked at the astrological layout, it would take on the form of a pyramid, tetragram. And where do we know the pyramid from? Of course, Egypt, king, whatever. We get it, right? All right. So yeah, with Cancer being in with Cancer having the moon and what is that? Jupiter in the same house, it kind of gave me the vibe of somebody. It gave me the vibe that somebody is getting ready to make an emotional move over some money, okay? And the move that's getting ready to be made, it gave me the vibe of basically like a robbery or something like that, or a stick up or something like that. And it's about raiding a somebody. The vibe I'm getting has something to do about raiding an apartment for some re-up money or something like that, is the vibe that I was getting. Also, what was that? Just give me a second here. Okay, so with the Pisces, it had Saturn and Uranus in there. Yeah, basically it gave me the vibe that there's getting ready to be a shift in some kind of leadership. So I don't know if there's a gang in the area that is getting ready to change like leadership or something like that. So it's getting like chaotic where there's people who are like attacking other people inside this gang, in order to get re-up money and all that other good stuff. But it definitely has something to do with somebody trying to get like some re-up money. Somebody is down bad because of a drought or something like that. So as a result, you got these people. You had those 6 people that are involved in the situation. I'm getting ready to grab the cards and see who we got in this circumstance. Oh, and the energy connected to them, right? All right. Ooh. Let's see here. Let's see. Of course, man. I didn't know he was a Leo, man. But, I mean, it makes sense. All right, so let's find out the people that's involved in this situation. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a double right there, and then 6. Okay. So, first things first, you got the throne in reverse. See, I was just saying that, like, somebody is getting usurped. So, it's definitely the energy of whatever. It's like, I don't know if it's 63rd who's going through a change in leadership or something like that, or if it's King Von's crew who's going through like some kind of change in leadership. But there's a change in leadership that's going on right now. And because as a result of this change in leadership, it pretty much gives me the vibe of them, you know, this, whatever this is going on here. All right. So, and I said whatever because I want to make sure that the cards come out and tell the story instead of making an assumption. Yeah, you got the witch in reverse. You got the polys, okay? You got the demigod here. You got the mask and the entrepreneur. And then you have the spirit guide. So from what I can tell, there's, okay. So with this witch, this is an older woman, okay? This is definitely not really a witch kind of woman. This is somebody who is probably older than everybody else here. But maybe whoever this female is that's older, she runs something or she has her hands in something or whatever as of right now, like maybe after he left, or maybe the leadership was left in her hands because of some kind of usurping or whatever the business is. And I try not to get into too much information because, you know how I go. But either way, there is definitely an older woman that's involved. There's a masculine that's involved with 2 women. There's another male that's involved. This guy always talks about, he kind of give me that Kevin Gates vibe. If you know what I'm saying? Kind of like a Kevin Gates vibe kind of thing or whatever. And then you have an entrepreneur. This is a woman who's actually, you know, like if she was inside this gang or whatever, she's the one who actually did something smart with her money, and she's been taking care of herself. But what's going on with her is that her true intentions are being revealed in this situation right here. As you can see, there was 2 cards here, and there's 2 people in this card. There, you know, there was 2 cards, and then there's one person behind another. So it kind of gives me the vibe that this is somebody who essentially has 2 different roles that they play in this situation, or they pretend to be like, you know, like a hustler or something like that, and their business is down bad. Because remember, I told you that somebody is down bad right now. Okay. Now with this mask in reverse, it kind of gives me the vibe that this is 2 females. One female that's like, you know, 2 females who are in a relationship together, who are working together to get something done. And then you have the spirit guide here. Pretty much this has to do with another older woman, but this is a high vibrational older woman or whatever. She may be, you know, connected to the situation, but she's not in it like that. You know what I'm saying? So with the usurping of the throne, let's see here. I'm gonna pull cards. Yes, this is something that's taking action right now. There's getting ready to either be a change in leadership, or whatever this lick is what I need to call it. Whatever this lick is getting ready to happen real fast with the black and the white energy here. There's somebody who's going to lead somebody into this situation that's already connected to the inner circle. Okay? What I mean by that is, wherever this lick is going to take place, it's from the inside, and they're leading from somebody from the outside or from the rival in with them. Either that or they're being watched is essentially the vibe that I'm getting here. Somebody has been watching somebody who really don't have too much to do with the situation, but is aware of whatever is in this apartment. Because the vibe I'm getting is that all of this it's a lick that's getting ready to happen in an apartment. So the vibe I was getting was like apartment 301. It could be 310, it could be 301, it could be 103, it could be what is that, 1030. You know what I'm saying? It's a combination of 10 and 3. Okay. You do have him watching from above, essentially, with the because you can see like the little, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there's like a little bird here. There's like a little bird up there or whatever. That little bird up there represents, like, it kind of gave me the vibe of, you know, just a spirit watching over the whole situation or whatever. But essentially, you know, when wild horses are running, a bird isn't going to be on the ground out of fear of getting, you know, whatever. But yeah, definitely seeing the vibe of some kind of lick that's getting ready to go. Hostilities, okay? So whoever this older woman is, she is hostile towards somebody. So maybe this older woman is behind the situation, or she has some kind of beef with Kevon while he was alive. This is the older woman. This is an older woman. This is not no young girl and nothing like that. She could probably be anywhere from 40 plus. Okay? But I'm not sure if she the one who hired these Conans to come in and get this or whatever. But the vibe that I'm getting here has something to do with some kind of hostility that she has. And then you have a broken heart here with the polys. So with the polys, it's kind of weird with this kind of vibe though, because I could see somebody who, like, you know, deal with a lot of women or whatever, or get a lot of girls, or always got girls around them and stuff like that. Or even this could just very well be a polyamorous male, or a male who considers himself to be like a pimp, right? Whoever this person is, he's in his emotions about something. And this is just an explanation of their energies. And then I'm going to pull cards to continue to connect and break everything else down. Okay? And then you got yin and yang here. So, okay, yeah. There's somebody here. Remember I told you about that Kevin Gates guy or whatever? Or the guy that gave me the vibe of like Kevin Gates? This could definitely be a guy who is pretty much like into balancing himself out, or trying to keep himself in, you know, in a certain kind of balance, or this give me a vibe of like a spiritual dude who lives in the hood kind of vibe. That's the vibe that I get. Like, you know, we all got that one friend that we consider to be like kind of like weird, but they enlightened, they're intelligent, but they're like spiritually intelligent kind of vibe. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this person right here, this demigod. And then with the two ladies here, you got Door to Spirit here, and you got financial what is that? Financial constraints in reverse here. Yeah, it just kind of give me the vibe that with the energy of this Door to Spirit, it kind of give me the vibe that they set somebody else up before. These two females, they set somebody up before. I don't know if they even set Vaughn up, but it just give me the vibe that these girls, whoever this girls is, they set somebody up before. And whoever they set up is coming to try to, like, so it may not just be Vaughn, but it may also be another spirit that's trying to work, or, you know what I'm saying? It could even be a spirit guide of the person who they're getting ready to try to hit a lick on, because I guess the intention is to kill them, but it's because they don't have any money. And then the spirit guide energy, and maybe that's why the spirit guide energy is out here, because it kind of give me the vibe that this is like that person's intuition or something. No, remember I told you this woman, this woman right here, this woman may already have been passed on, but she's the one who's overlooking this male, whoever he is, her and Vaughn. But they're looking over this person for two different reasons. The spirit guide is watching over this person because they love them and was connected to them in life. Vaughn is looking out for them because there's somebody else that's in the way, not necessarily in the way, but somebody it's kind of like he knows this person, or he's, you know, like it could be like a friend or a homie or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like looking out for somebody in the grave because of, you know, formalities almost kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it may be. But this is a storm warning. This person is also warning the situation about this incoming storm that's coming in. So let's get into it. Let's see what's going on here. All right. Alright, so let's see what's going on with each person, because we got 6 people out here. 10 of Cups. Okay, this is a home. Okay, definitely a home. This is definitely a home invasion situation that's getting ready to happen. And then with this lady, this older woman has been watching this house for a while now. She's been watching it. She is, for some reason, she got a problem with, I don't know. I'm gonna check that out in just a second. We're just gonna keep going, and then let's see with this broken heart energy, the Sun card. Okay, so something's come to the light about this guy who's like this pimp or whatever. Something is coming to the light about him and his situation. About maybe I don't know if the person that they getting ready to lick on, he sent one of the girls to come deal with this person before they hit him. But that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. It's like, you know, somebody was sent. That's why we had that white horse. It's kind of like, it kind of gave me the vibe of a woman that was groomed for a man or a woman to get inside the house to find out what all they had in there, or what all was left, or get information about the gang. And then what they're trying to do is trying to learn how to move on this gang right quick, because their leadership is changing. So like, say if it was like a truce or some shit like that, it could be getting called off because of the new leadership. And this woman got hostility towards the gang or whatever, but also this man do too. And this, you know, that's the vibe that I'm getting. Now the guy with this, okay, so this the dude with the money, with everything that they call themselves trying to do a lick on. The dude they trying to do a lick on, he's a spiritual dude. He may not be like a gangster like that, which is probably why Vaughn came through, because this could very well be somebody related to Vaughn, but somebody trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to disrespect the turf or whatever, whatever it may be. Whoever this person is, he ain't got nothing to do with it, like in terms of like gang activity. No, he just, or maybe he do, but the vibe I'm getting is that this dude is just out here getting money. And some chick, and you got all these, he's surrounded by monsters. He got this old lady right here who, and beyond all honesty, since this guy watching, this could be one of his neighbors who's been watching his house kind of vibe. And then you got this other dude who sent this young chick over there to try to find out what's going on in the house. And then his mind is on his money. He think he balancing everything out, the best of both worlds. And then you got these 2 women down here, Knight of Cups in reverse, who more than likely are the 2 women that he sent to him. So he said, the vibe I'm getting is that there's a man that sent 2 women to this guy. And he probably thinking he playing one with the other, but they both in cahoots trying to get him. And then with the, oh, this one slid. But this, the spirit guy right here, yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Somebody's trying to hit a lick on the old homie to get his money and stuff like that. So let's see what's up. Let's see. Okay, so, yeah, let me see what else is going on here. Yeah, man. I was shocked Vaughn came to me, because there's a lot of readers out here, man. But I guess I was the only one that was paying attention today. So I guess he was like, yo, yeah, whatever, that'll do. Right? All right, let's see what's going on here, let's see what's going on. Because they, like I say, like, they getting ready to try to hit homie up. And it's a 911 situation. They getting ready to, you know what I'm saying? I don't think homie know what he dealing with. I don't think he know that these girls are in cahoots together, man. You know what I'm saying? It kind of give me the vibe of who was that? Starlito and Don Tripp song, Brutus, Caesar and Brutus. That's the kind of vibe it give me. You know what I'm saying? Where he focused on the money. You know, I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. He focused on the money. But, you know, sometimes, you know, when you got, like, a chick in the mix, things can get complicated. But this girl, her business, she run a business. One of them run a business. So, in that poly situation, whoever the girl is, she run a business with the homie. And that could even be, like, one of her homegirls that she sent over there. But the vibe I'm getting is that they've been messing around, too, by them being poly. So, you know what I'm saying? So, let's see what's going on here. High Priestess, King of Pentacles, and the Lover's card here. Yeah. You got the four Pentacles in reverse, the 8 of Pentacles, the Fool card in reverse, the nine of Swords, wow, the Hermit, the Knight of Wands in reverse, yeah, and the Moon card. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, like I said, that 8 of Wands, it just give me the vibe that something slowed up for somebody, right? Some money slowed up. Whoever this person is, I give me the vibe that the lady that's been watching him either don't want that attention at the place, or she jealous of what's going on and probably went and told somebody about what was going on, like a nephew or whatever, and not knowing, or probably even knew that this person was like 63rd or whatever instead of O Block. You know what I'm saying? I think that's right. I'll Google it. I don't know too much about the gangs. All right, I keep my hands clean. So basically, he sent 2 chicks over there to, I guess, to kind of like investigate. One is like, you know, business savvy or whatever, and then the other one just some, you know, some chick or whatever that, you know, like a hood chick, you know what I'm saying? Like, she gets down, you know? And the spirit guide peeped it out, so yeah, okay. So yeah, this has to do with the High Priestess. Vaughn is telling you, trust your intuition. You've been doing that yin yang, you've been balancing yourself out, or you all the signs is there. All the signs is there. You need to pay attention to these signs. Stop ignoring the signs, basically, is what he's trying to tell you. Stop ignoring the signs. With the King of Pentacles and the Lover's card out here, whoever this woman, she's willing, you know, she might even be talking marriage and all that good stuff or whatever with him. You know what I'm saying? And he talking about, like, yeah, I know you want love and the money at the same time, and I know you know what I'm saying? Like, I know you want both, but you can't have both. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you want both, but in the game that you in, it's gonna be difficult for you to have both of them. You know what I'm saying? Because of, you know, basically because of the situation that I, you know what I'm saying, explained or whatever. Yeah. Oh, boy. Hold on just a second. Okay. So, the path that's available now, it has some, let's see, you got the four Pentacles in reverse here. Whoever this person is, it's like, I ain't gonna say they blew up overnight, but I am gonna say, like, they getting money, man. They getting money, and from what it looked like, it's kind of like they accuse him of, like, being greedy or something like that, and he needs to protect himself. He needs to hold back his energy. He need to stop. Don't flash your money to whoever this girl is. Don't flash your money to her. Don't show her shit. Don't tell her nothing. Don't show her nothing. Don't tell her nothing. Don't buy her nothing. Because that's going to be the goal. To try to convince you to, like, go in your pockets, you know what I'm saying, to try to size you up. It's 2 women that's going to try to size you up to find out what they can get out of you. 8 of Pentacles out here. That 8 of Pentacle energy right there, yeah. It's like, they know that what you do, you got it down to a science. And I'm not getting involved in, what you do or how you get your money. Because honestly, as long as you ain't starving, brother, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? But somebody's trying to figure out, like, how they want to know. They trying to get the scoop on basically on how you getting your money and what you doing for work, or how you got what you got. And it's all because there's an older woman that's been watching you, keeping tabs on you, trying to talk about stuff that you got going on. Whether it's you being really loud in your apartment and she's hearing you talking about stuff, or if you just got a lot of company that be running their mouth all the time, or if you get, like, packages delivered to your house all the time. There's an older woman that's been paying attention to all of that in your area. And if it's not an apartment, the vibe I got was an apartment, but it could also be a house. But whoever this is, somebody's been watching you, and you need to pay attention. You got the fool card in reverse. Now, like I say, now's the time to kind of hold back. If not, you need to move. You need to secure your stuff. You need to secure yourself, because whoever these women are, I don't know if you already talked to them already, but they ready to do like some damage. You know what I'm saying? And the vibe I'm getting is that one is gonna let somebody in your house or wherever you live at, and that on that time, like they gonna let somebody in your house or do like a Mona Lisa on you. You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe that I'm getting here. Something about a Mona Lisa. And they've been sent by the rival gang. There's a rival. Now with the nine of swords out here, it has to do with like anxiety, depression, and worry. The reason why you have anxiety at night, because I know you was wondering why you can't sleep or what's going on, or you probably just been up at night wondering why you can't just get no sleep. This is why. Because whoever these people are, they got ill intentions towards you. You're picking up on those ill intentions, and that spirit guy has been warning you about those ill intentions. But for some reason, you've been dismissing it. Whether it's the girl trying to convince you to just chill, or, threes, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Like, you ain't hurting for it. They know you ain't, but they trying to get the scoop on you or whatever. So, like, for real, it's time to make you. I ain't gonna tell you about your protocol. I'm just putting you up on game. That's the only thing I'm supposed to do. And then I'm gonna dismiss Vaughn back where he go. You know what I'm saying? So, also you got the Hermit card out here. Yeah. The whole point of it, it's like, they know that for the most part, you don't really mess with too many people, is the vibe that I'm getting here. Something about you not messing with too many people, or they're trying to cut you off from people, trying to isolate you before they do what they do. Or not even isolate you, but they want you to feel like, you paranoid, or that you tripping, but you not. You definitely not. You not tripping. There's somebody who's trying to, whoever this is, it's some women, it's a dude and a couple of ladies that's trying to make a move on you. They trying to make a move on you. You got the Knight of Wands out here in reverse here. Yeah. And another thing is like the ladies, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you noticed or not, but if you had sex with this lady, after you get done, you might feel some relief at one point, but there's something about it where it don't feel the same like when you sleep with other women. When you sleep with other women, normally you like chill and lay back, but after that, it's kind of like you back to business, you worry or you stress, or you still can't sleep like you want to and all that other stuff. That's because her energy is transferring over to you and it's confirming it. It's your intuition is lit. It ain't nothing wrong with you. Your intuition is lit. You tapped in. But you got to trust it in this cycle, especially with this Mercury retrograde. And the reason why is because during Mercury retrograde, people money have a tendency to dry up unless you got certain placements. The people that's around you, they money is drying up, or they you know what I'm saying, they're trying to seize power in different ways. It's not gonna last long, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because, like, you know, during Mercury retrograde, anything that you come in contract and do during the Mercury retrograde, usually it don't last because it's karmic and it comes back to haunt you later. But instead of it coming back to haunting them later, why not just give you the heads up of what you need to do now? If it haunting them later will essentially mean like something had to happen to you. We don't want that. Apparently, you know what I'm saying? We don't want that. So then you got the moon card out here in reverse. You need to let your fears go. Whatever you've been repressing, like repressing your emotion, your intuition, this is not the time for you to repress your intuition. Stop repressing your intuition. Your intuition is telling you something. Trust it. Trust your instinct. I'm not saying trust your instinct and just wig out, but trust your instinct and make moves. Either change where you're keeping your money, change who you affiliate with, disconnect from them all together, whatever it may be. Whatever you need to do. But this is the warning. That's all I can do is warn you. Whoever this is, like I say, they're going to try to slow you down some kind of way to keep you from doing certain stuff at a certain time. So don't be so free to tell people what you're doing and stuff like that. And if you got a routine, it's time to change it up. Because you do got somebody who's been watching you ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. So, 8 of Wands in reverse here. That's delays. That's holding you back. You know what I'm saying? That's putting you in a position where you're not going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, do what you need to do. They're going to try to hold you off, essentially. Yeah. Basically, they know you paranoid, but they trying to gaslight you to make it seem like you tripping, to slow you down and to make you doubt yourself. So when the time comes, you won't be able to make moves like you need to make moves. Yeah, 6 of Cups and 6 of Cups in reverse. Some about moving forward. You need to move forward. You need to let this go and move on. Move on. Yeah. Move on so you can get you some rest and so your ancestors could come in and actually help you out. All right, that's all I got. You know what I'm saying? Without going into too much detail. Forever, for whoever that's worth for. Matter of fact, I do got some other cards. Hold on. Let's see what else. Let's see, you know, one more message, and then we out of here. Let's see here. We got SKRT in reverse. Quick getaway, escaping, the runner, escaping and all that other stuff. Yeah, whoever this is kind of like, if you don't make this move now, you're not going to get out. You're not going to be able to get away from these. Now, whoever they are, they set this up in a way where you are not going to be able to escape this death. This is your one and only warning right here. Look at that. Snack, obsession, physical attraction, sex appeal. I told you there's a chick involved in this, man. There's a chick involved in it. They might even try to seduce you into having sex or something like that, or whatever it may be, while the door is open. They're going to open the door for somebody and they're going to backdoor you. You know what I'm saying? And then you got knocked up in reverse. Pregnancy, unexpected mothering. So whoever this person is, it could even be like somebody baby mama or a baby mama or something like that that's saying that they pregnant with your baby or something like that. If that's the case, you need to definitely make sure that you don't tell her nothing about your money, what you got going on, and you need to make up numbers, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let's get you a game plan together, because that's going to be important too. It's not to tell you what to do, it's only give you an idea of what you need, what you can do, or what your option is to help you get out of the situation, besides leave it alone. You got the 9 of Wands in reverse. Got the King of Wands in reverse. You got the Seven of Wands. You got the Hierophant in reverse. You got the Two of Pentacles out here. You got the Tower card out here in reverse. Is that, yeah, in reverse. The Temperance in reverse. Two of Swords in reverse. The Sun card out here. The Ace of Cups. Nine of Swords in reverse. So remember I told you when I did the reading, I had a Nine of Swords in the upright talking about you being panicking and stuff like that. Now, in order to get out of this situation right here, like I said, you got to let your guard down to your intuition. It's going to tell you what to do and how to move, because right now it's like you're in a sluggish, you're basically in a position where you're vulnerable because you're not moving. Everybody know, every great general knows that in warfare, if you immobilize your enemy, when you immobilize your enemy, that gives you the opportunity to move on them as you need to. Whether it's mentally immobilization, emotional immobilization, or physical immobilization. So whether they make it where your car don't work, whether they make it where you caught up in your head, or they caught up in a heart situation like, oh, I can't leave because my baby mama stay here. That kind of vibe. Okay? Emotional, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical warfare. Okay? Now that's something I learned in my spiritual warfare situation. The first thing they want to do is immobilize you to make you overthink yourself, over and underthink yourself, because when your emotions are in conflict, it dissolves your resolve. When your mind is in conflict, it distorts your reality, so you're not seeing things correctly. When your spirit is in conflict with itself, you won't trust anything, and it's easy to lead you astray. When physically you are in conflict with yourself, you reduce your strength and weaken yourself. What did that translate to? Being a target. King of Wands out here in reverse, and the Seven of Wands out here. Yes, see, like I said, King of Wands out here. And the upright, the King of Wands has to do with being a natural born leader, seeing the big picture. They want you to see only bits and pieces of it, and then they're going to ambush you and attack you. Because what? They're going to weaken your power. They're going to abuse their power over you. They're going to overwhelm you if you don't cut your losses now. They're going to that's the whole goal, is to reduce your power, reduce your, protection. Like if you protect it, reduce your protection, get you at ease and all that other stuff. And then that's when the ambush is going to come. You got the Hierophant in reverse. This is untraditional warfare. This has to do with something that, essentially, like I say, essentially, it's kind of like, you're gonna have to be unconventional in your dealings in a situation. This isn't something that you can map out in a book. This isn't like a plot that you can execute. That's, you know what I'm saying, like a war, like if it's a certain way. No, you have to evaluate everything that you need, that you have. Now, if you're going to do an evaluation, there's an evaluation that you do, an initial estimate before you go to warfare, that all generals must know. Okay? First and foremost, you have to think about, hold on, 3, 4, and 5. You have to consider the generals, okay, who you are at battle with, okay? The generals generally have 5 traits. They're like benevolent, kind, wise, experienced, strict, that kind of vibe, right? The next, whose rules of engagement is clear. It may sound stupid, but, everybody has a rule of engagement. Everybody operates some kind of way, right? And then, what is that? Rules of engagement, the general. Next, logistics. Mobilization. Although you can plan something, how good are you at actually moving, or how mobile can you actually be, essentially? Then you have the terrain. The terrain is important because in warfare, the terrain matters because let's say if they're invading on your terrain and you have help that's like down the street, yeah, you could cut them off, or that's in the same building, you could cut them off. If you're in unknown territory or unknown terrain, then you may be outnumbered. You see what I'm saying? This terrain represents heaven. I mean, earth. Also, an aspect is the weather outside. Okay. Now, the reason why I say that is because, and this is just hypothetically speaking, let's say you are in a gun battle and it's cold outside. Oh, you know what? That's heaven. That's heaven. That's heaven. Okay. Never mind. Earth has to do with the terrain. How tight is the alleys next door? I mean, like, how tight is the terrain? Like, think about where you are. Is there a way for you to get out? Think about tight alleys, open spaces, closed spaces, because that matter. You're gonna fight on open spaces. No, you're gonna fight. Let me see here. When the space is open, generally you want to run. You want to, because you got a lot of room to move around. But when the space is tight, that's when you want to, do suppressive work. You see what I'm saying? Suppression matters more. It's not so much about speed, it's about agility at that time. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's important to know what terrain you're operating on, because it's going to change from free range to close quarter combat really quick. And the way you operate your gun or why you protect yourself in a free range versus a close quarter combat situation is going to change, because you got different trajectories, you got different targets, you got different tolerances on your firearm. If you got a firearm, you got different yardage distances. You see what I'm saying? And then last, you got heaven. Heaven has to do with the time of day. So if it happens at night, you might have a better advantage because you can get one of those flashlights that flash really fast. You might be able to use one of those to help you get away. You see what I'm saying? At night. Because a lot of times people, they rely on, and I'm not saying everybody, rely on their scope or whatever, because sometimes it's just spray and pray kind of vibe, right? But essentially, it makes it difficult for them to acquire a target if you have that flashing light and it's at night. Now, if it's during the day, a lot of times during the day, certain scopes or certain scopes don't work during the day. Like some holographic scopes don't work as well in daylight than at night. You know what I'm saying? And then if you're fighting in the sun or against the sun or towards the sun. So if you know they're going to come from a certain direction, like say if your apartment faces east and they're coming from the east, and they're coming from the west, 9 times out of 10, depending on the time of day, that sunlight is going to be in their eye, which gives you a chance to utilize the sun. You see what I'm saying? And this is just like little stuff. So make sure you take in consideration this kind of stuff. And these are only examples for you to get your own whatever together. Okay? Your own plan. I don't want to know your plan, because I don't want somebody to come on here and be like, oh, well, he said he gonna, and this is, you see what I'm saying? So yes, definitely unconventional warfare is going to be the answer in a circumstance situation. You're going to have to consider multiple personalities. So multiple situations. Okay. So in this situation, if you are unable to get out, you have to be able to prioritize certain things. Okay. It's going to you have to come up with a plan where you are able to prioritize. Put everything in a priority list. What's more important, this or that? What's more important, this or that? So if somebody comes in and I got to defend myself, it's more important that I do it this way or do it that way. And a lot of times, just from experience, well, not really experience, but, the home invasions or invasions and stuff like that, it's best to keep yourself inside one room with your firearm, if you can. You know what I'm saying? Because, you going out to clear the area, that's not going to help you. They put you at a disadvantage because of the quiet corners that's around there. Somebody could be leaning right up against that wall and you might hit that corner and that's it. You see what I'm saying? They might shoot through the wall and stuff like that, but you got a good chance if you're on the ground and you in one area, if you have to hold yourself up. You see what I'm saying? But it's best to escape and get out of there. The Tower in reverse, yeah. Definitely, if you don't do this, you will not escape this tower. I'm going to let you know now. You're not going to escape this. Temperance in reverse. Another thing that he's warning you about, your emotions. You have to turn your emotions off. You are no longer, when you get in a situation, if there is a firefight, you have to turn your emotions off and stop seeing them as an individual, but as an assailant. You have to see them as something that is less than human. Okay, because at this point it's going to be less, it's either going to be them or you. And that's something he's stressing right now. Like, it's going to be you, it's going to be them or you. How you handle is decide if you meditate the next day or not. I don't know why I was told to say that, but there we go. And then next you got Two of Swords out here. Yes, you protecting yourself is going to be the lesser of two evils. Okay, so whatever you have to do is just what you have to do. Yeah, you gonna make the right choice. They're right now, that's why they trying to keep you in that paranoia energy, because if they do move on you, you'll be too paranoid or you'll be too shocked to take action. But now's the time to sharpen your resolve. And now you have the Sun card out here. Yeah, with the Sun card out here, it has to do with you will be successful. Just follow your heart and you're going to be successful. Whatever your heart tells you to do, you're going to be successful. And you got the Ace of Cups out here. Yeah, follow your heart. Your heart is going to, your intuition and your heart is going to tell you the right way to go. All right, that's all I got. Whoever that's for, I'm going to be praying for you. And peace.